Hello, my dear friends, students. I welcome you to this session. In this session, we will go through the NEET question paper that was given in 2020. All the 90 questions, we will critically go through the questions and let us try to answer the questions, each one, which number is right, which number is wrong, why it is right, why others are wrong. Let us try to answer the questions. This will be highly useful for the students, those who are going to appear the NEET 2021. The first question is, which of the following is not an attribute of population? Sex ratio, natality, mortality, species interaction. Here they are asked population, attribute of the population. Population is a group of individuals of a single species. Group of individuals of a single species. Only one species, therefore there will not be any species interaction. It is, you see, negative question. It is not an attribute. Not an attribute. So therefore, species, sex ratio, natality, mortality, species. There will not be any species interaction in the. Then the process of growth is maximum during. There will be 4 phases in the growth. Lag, LEAG lag phase, LOG log phase, the stationary phase, death phase. The growth will be maximum in log phase, LOG log. It is also known as exponential phase in microbiology or in cell growth. So the correct answer is third. The roots that originate from the base of the stem, or the roots that originate from the base of the stem, or fibrous roots. Primary root arises from the radicle. Crop roots arise from the branches. Lateral roots arise from the primary root. Therefore, the correct answer is fibrous roots, number 1. Which of the following diseases match the following diseases with the causative organism and select the correct option? Here, the column 2 pathogens are given. Disease causing organisms are given. Column 1 diseases. Typhoid is caused by Salmonella. Pneumonia is caused by Haemophilus. Filariasis is caused by Wuchereria. Malaria is caused by Plasmodium. Therefore, the correct answer is 3, 4, 1, 2. The 2 is the correct answer. Then, which of the following techniques the embryos are transferred to assist those females who cannot conceive? The correct answer is 1. Zygote, intrafallopian transfer and intrauterine transfer. So these things you have to remember. Correct answer is number 1. Identify the wrong. You have to go through the questions very carefully, whether they are asking true or wrong or incorrect or correct, like that. Identify the wrong statement with reference to the gene I that controls ABO blood groups. The gene I, there will be three alleles. Gene I has three alleles. A person will have only two of the three alleles. This is correct. This is also correct. When A and B are present together, they express the same phenotype. This is wrong. Allele I does not produce any phenotype. So therefore, the right answer is 3. Now again you see he is asking for the wrong statement. We have to select the wrong statement. Then 7. Choose the correct pair from the following. Choose the correct pair from the following. Ligases join the two DNA molecules. Polymerases break the DNA into fragments. Nucleases separate the two strands of DNA. Exonucleases make the cuts at specific positions within the DNA. The correct answer is 1. Ligases, they ligate the two DNA molecules. Polymerases extend the DNA, synthesize the DNA. Nucleases break the DNA. Exonucleases cut the DNA from one end, either from 5 end or from the 3 end. So therefore, correct pair is 1. 8. Select the correct match. Select the correct match. Hemophilia, Y-linked. Phenylketonuria, autosomal dominant. Then sickle cell anemia, autosomal recessive trait, chromosome 11. Thalassemia, X-linked. The diseases linked to the blood. So the correct answer is sickle cell anemia, autosomal recessive trait. Match the following columns and select the correct. So column 1, column 2. Gregarious polyphagous pest is locust. Adult with radial symmetry and larva with bilateral symmetry. Asterios, starfish. Book lungs, scorpion. Arthropora, book gills, book links will be there here. Book lungs. Bioluminescence, Ctenophora. Giving the light, shining during the night, that is called bioluminescence. Bioluminescence means emitting the light. So for A is 4, B is 1, C is 2, D is 3. So which one? This 2. Then infectious stage of Plasmodium that enters the human body is tropozoid, sporozoid, female gametocytes, male gametocytes. The infective stage of Plasmodium that enters into the human body. Again, you have to be careful whether they are asking for human body or mosquito body. Into the mosquito. Here the correct answer is sporozoid. It is sporozoid. Then identify the substance having glycosidic bonds, peptide bond respectively in their structure. Glycosidic bonds will be there in the carbohydrates. peptide bonds will be there in the peptides and proteins. So we have to select a carbohydrate, polysaccharide, and a protein. Here, chitin, cholesterol, this is not protein. Glycerol, this is a lipid substance, though it is protein. Cellulose lecithin, it is a lipoprotein. So therefore, the correct answer, inulin is a polysaccharide. Insulin is a hormone, proteinaceous hormone. Basically, it is protein. So therefore, the correct answer is 4. The plant pods, which consists of two generations, one within the other. The plant pods, which consists of two generations, one within the other. Okay, pollen grains inside the anther. Pollen grains, gametophytic generation, haploid, anther, diploid. Germinated pollen grains, 2 male gametes, both are haploid. Seed inside the fruit, embryo sac, female gametophyte inside the ovule, this is megaspermium. So therefore, A and D are correct. Look at A and D, both. The products of reaction catalyzed by nitrogenase in root nodules of legume plants, nitrogenase enzyme that fixes the atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia. At the time of ammonia production, another substance will be produced, that is hydrogen. So therefore, the correct answer is ammonia and hydrogen. Besides ammonia, hydrogen is also produced. Identify the correct statement with regard to G1 phase interface. It is a question in cell cycle. Interface consists of how many phases? G1, S, G2, M. G1, S, G2, and M. DNA synthesis. So he is asking for what? G1, growth phase or gap 1. DNA synthesis replication takes place in S phase. Reorganization of cell components takes place 2. Cell is metabolically active, grows, but it does not replicate its DNA. 4. Nuclear divisions take place. This is out of question. DNA synthesis in S phase, therefore option is between these two. The reorganization of cell components takes place. Cell is metabolically active, grows, but it does not replicate its DNA. This is. So therefore, immediately after the mitotic phase, the effects will be very small, and so they should prepare for the next division. Therefore, the cell grows. It will be active, grows, but does not replicate its DNA. Therefore, the correct answer is 3. Cuboidal epithelium with brush border of microvilli is found in 3. Proximal convoluted tubular. Which of the following statements about inclusion bodies is correct? Which of the following statements about the inclusion bodies is incorrect? Asking for incorrect, wrong. They are not bound by any membrane. These are involved in the ingestion. This is wrong. They lie free in the cytoplasm. These represent reserved materials. So this is wrong. Ingestion. Taking the food is ingestion. So his incorrect answer is 2. 17. which is the important site for formation of glycoproteins, glycolipids in eukaryotic cells. In eukaryotic cells, Golgi body's endoplasmic reticulum will be present. Therefore, the option will be between the endoplasmic reticulum and the Golgi bodies. They are synthesized in Golgi bodies, processed in endoplasmic reticulum, transported through the endoplasmic reticulum. In gel electrophoresis for separation of molecules depending upon the molecular weight and the charge. Electrophoresis. Separated DNA fragments can be visualized with the help of see, this is second ethidium bromide. The bands get the staining and visualizing the bands under the UV radiation. The second one is correct. Identify the wrong. He is asking for wrong statement with reference to transport of oxygen. With reference to transport of oxygen. Binding of oxygen with hemoglobin is mainly related to partial pressure of oxygen. Partial pressure of carbon dioxide can interfere with the oxygen binding with hemoglobin. Higher hydrogen concentration in alveoli favors the formation of oxyhemoglobin. Low partial pressure of carbon dioxide in alveoli favors the formation of this is correct. This is nothing to do this. Ray florets will be found in Asteraceae members just like sunflower. Ray florets have inferior pori, inferior, they belong to cohort, inferior. Specific palindromic sequence which is recognized by echo or one is so palindromic sequences means when we read the sequence in either direction, same. Either direction, same. GAATTC, GAATTC. So all the endonucleases or restriction enzymes, they cut the DNA into palindromic sequences, but they have the specificity. But echo R1 of E. coli cuts, recognizes this and makes a cut here. Therefore, the correct answer is 1. Identify the wrong statement with regard to restriction enzymes. So they have asked 2 questions from the restriction enzymes. Biotechnology. Wrong statement. They are asking for wrong statement. Each restriction enzyme functions by inspecting the length of DNA sequence. Keep in mind, they are asking for wrong statement. They cut the strand of DNA into palindromic sequence. This is correct. This is correct. They are useful in genetic engineering. They are useful in genetic engineering. Sticky ends can be joined by using DNA ligases. So let us, each restriction enzyme functions by inspecting the length of the DNA sequence. So it goes through the length of the DNA and identifies the palindromic sequence. They cut the strand of DNA at a palindromic sequence. They are useful in genetic engineering. Sticky ends can be joined by DNA ligases. Which of the following is put into anaerobic sludge digester for further sewage treatment. This is fourth one. Activated sludge. If the head of the cockroach is removed, it may live for a few days. Even if the head is removed, it lives for a few days. The reason is the fourth one. It holds 1/3 of the nervous system while the rest is situated along the dorsal part of the body. Dorsal part of the body. In invertebrates, the nervous system is towards the ventral side. In our case, it is a dorsal. Sorry. The cockroach. Supraesophageal ganglia of the cockroach or on ventral part of the abdomen. It holds a small portion of the nervous system, while the rest of the body, this one, third, ventral part. Which of the following statements are true for phylum Chordata? Phylum Chordata. Urochordata, notochord extends from head to tail, is present throughout their life. In urochordates, the notochord will be present only in the tail region. That's why the name urochordata. In vertebrata, the notochord is present during the embryonic period only. Central nervous system is dorsal and halo. The chordata is divided into three subphyla: hemichordata, unicata, subchordata. No, this is not. This is wrong. In vertebrata, notochord is present during the embryonic period only. In adults, it will be replaced by vertebral bone. The second one, B, is correct. B and so here they are asking another. B and C. What is C? Central nervous system is the dorsal and these two. Match the organism with its use in biotechnology. These are the organisms, these are their applications. Bacillus thuringiensis cryproteins. Thermus aquaticus DNA polymerase. Agrobacterium tumefaciens. Cloning vector. Salmonella typhimurium. Construction of first rDNA molecule. Again, Bacillus thuringiensis cryprotein, Thermus aquaticus, DNA polymerase, Taq polymerase, what we call Taq polymerase, Agrobacterium tumefaciens, cloning vector, then Salmonella typhimurium, the cryprotein. So, according to that, you have to select it. Then, match the following concerning the essential elements and their functions in plants. Iron, zinc, boron, manganese. So first try to select the easy one. Iron required for chlorophyll synthesis. Zinc for IA synthesis. Boron pollen germination. Lastly, Manganese is for photolysis of water. Iron required for chlorophyll biosynthesis, zinc IA synthesis, boron pollen germination, and finally manganese photolysis of water. Identify the incorrect statement. Incorrect, wrong. Hardwood does not conduct water but gives mechanical support. Center of the tree stem, central part. This is correct. It provides only mechanical strength because all the cells will be impregnated with the tannins and other things. So therefore they do not crack. Sapwood involved in the conduction of water and minerals. Sapwood is the innermost secondary zone. Innermost is hardwood, not sapwood. So this is wrong. Due to deposition of tannins, resin soils, the hardwood is dark in color. This is correct. Because the central part is hot, it is impregnated, deposited with a particularly tannins. So this is incorrect. Match the following. Inhibitor of catalytic activity. This is from question from enzyme. Malonate. Peptide bonds. Collagen. Collagen is a protein. In all the proteins, the bonds between the amino acids are peptide bonds. Then cell wall material in fungi is chitin. Then secondary metabolite resin. Resinous communis castor B. A 3 2 B 4 C this D 1. So here 1 2 4 3 1. This first one. Okay, we will discuss other questions in the next session. We will take another 2 sessions for every 30 questions.